All right. Uh-oh. It's back. I know you guys are probably tired of seeing this by now. This is like the 4th video maybe I made on this. I don't really know. But I kind of figured out as I was recording or getting ready to record that my school actually uses computers very similar to this. Almost, I think they might be using the same computers actually. I don't know, but I know that they're really similar. I'll try to go back in my camera roll and find a picture from whenever I went to the school that uses these computers, because I don't go to that school anymore. But the school that I go to now uses 4070, like 64 gigabytes of RAM, like gaming desktops. And all we do in that class is just make 2D games. So they're kind of overkill. I think they're like $4,000 computer as well. But yeah, this is pretty much my school computer I'm messing with technically, I guess. I don't know. But I don't really have much for the intro because I've already talked about this thing 90 times before. But let's just go straight to the floor setup. Alright, so first order of business is probably to remove this 8 gigabyte stick and dual channel the original sticks it came with, and then just throw the 8 gigabyte stick on the other side somewhere so we can have dual channeling of the actual memory, because I know matching random memory runs is not good, so we're going to do that first. Alright, we have the RAM properly dual channeled now. I'm not sure what other modifications I can make to the internals of this thing to make it run better, so let's just get straight to software. Alright, now it's doing this funny little thing where it doesn't want to boot, and it's just kind of stuck spinning the fan. It might be a RAM issue. I don't see how it could be a RAM issue, but there's a chance it could be, so. Alright, we just reseated all the RAM. See if it turns on now. There we go. I just hope it gives me a display, because I don't know if it will. Alright, this is what we're running at before running the optimizer. We're running it in PowerShell. Please do not run anything I'm running in this video. This can break your Windows installation and, you know, just make your computer unusable unless you get a new Windows installation. Just don't use this video as a tutorial. I don't know why you'd be using this video as a tutorial, but if you are, just don't. Alright, running this script should open a new tab. I have no idea if I even typed it in right. It cleared PowerShell, so maybe. I don't know. It's probably gonna take forever to open because my computer, the disk is already gone full, and this computer is not very quick, so I don't even know what half this means, I'm not gonna lie. But I know that you can just go to tweaks and then it'll automatically optimize for you if you just choose what you want it to do. So I'm gonna choose what I want it to do, and I'll show you guys whenever I'm done. Alright, I just selected all my tweets and also switched to dark mode because I just wanted to. But it's running everything now, so I'm just gonna, it might have already finished actually, I have no idea. Alright, it finished about like 10 minutes ago, I don't even know. But we've dropped our CPU usage about 30-ish% already. We're almost at 0 actually. But our disk is still almost max, and we're just running nothing pretty much. We're just running basic Windows, which I guess disk usage isn't crazy important. It's still important, but like it's just important for loading zones, I think. I don't really know. Alright, just as a quick little benchmark, we're gonna open GTA 5. I think last time in 720p, I can't remember. I think it was 720p. We were running at 15-ish FPS, I can't remember. But we're gonna see what we get now with all the tweaks enabled. Alright, now that we're in game, the system's taking up less disk now than it was before. It's mainly because Windows takes up as much resources as it can for no reason whenever you're not playing a game. Whenever you do switch to a game, it kind of just like frees it all up, so. But we'll see what we'll get. We're getting 64 on the menu, but that's a menu. It's not saying much. I don't remember what we got last time, if I even got it on video. But we're only at getting a high of 60 on our CPU. So we'll just have to see what happens whenever we get into store mode. Alright, you can definitely tell we were running off a hard drive because it took us 5 times longer than it took on my main PC to load in. But we're at 30-ish FPS, and we're not even pushing half CPU. We're at 100 GPU though. I'm sure there's GPU tweaks we can run as well. I might run those, but I think this is at like 720p-ish. I can't really tell. I'll check. Okay, yeah, this is in 720p. Before we were playing at, I can't even remember what we were playing at. We were playing at something crazy low. I'll go and check, but I think it was like the minimum we can play at. But 800 by 600 runs at, I don't know, it doesn't want to tell me. This seems more like what we were running at originally. But 800 by 600 only runs at about 5 FPS higher, and it looks really weird. It's a decent increase. It is. I think on 720p it's like a, I don't know, an increase of something. But I'll go check the old video and see what we got on 720p, and oh, there it goes again. But we're gonna check what we got on 720p. Alright, I put everything on low, 800 by 600 and DirectX 10, and somehow we're at a lower FPS than before. It's definitely a GPU issue. It's integrated graphics, so not much is going to change on the GPU side. I know there's GPU tweaks we can do. I can always try the GPU tweaks, but I don't know how much they're going to help. So, alright, on 1080p in game, we're getting about 15 to 18 FPS. We're kind of balancing on 16 now, actually. But this is at 1080p. I can try 720p. 720p might actually be better than 800 by 600. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, we're getting about 25 to 30 FPS on 720p. I think we were getting 45-ish on 800 by 600. But only reason I thought 720p was going to be better is because it might have changed to be a more... Alright, it's the next day. We're back. That was a really fast boot. I think it was boot from sleep mode though, so it's not saying much. I was researching how to do DirectX yesterday because I didn't think DirectX was updated. But I guess Windows updates your DirectX after you install Windows, like right after you install Windows. No, I don't want to look at skincare or Amazon or NFL. Stop. I'm gonna see if there's any new drivers for this thing, because I know the drivers in this they're just this integrated GPU in this, like, is just really, really old. So I want to see if there's any iGPU drivers or whatever the frick it's called. I don't know what it's called, and see if I can, you know. Alright, I don't really know which one of those is probably that one, 4600. But it says the latest driver I've installed in this was from 2020. So I'm gonna see if there's any more recent drivers for the 4600. These are the most recent drivers that support the 4600. It's about 5 years later than that, and it said that it's 20 Windows 10, yeah, 20. But I have no idea if it doesn't support Windows 11, but I'm on Windows 10 anyways, so we're just gonna see if it works. Alright, I ran the driver installation file and nothing's happening. Either this hard drive is just really slow. I know it is, but
nope.
Or it could be something else. Uh-oh. I don't know what this means. I don't use Intel graphics cards. I don't even think they make graphics cards anymore, actually. But I'm gonna check if I can find any other graphics drivers for this, and maybe it'll work. I don't know. I was going to force the update, but it tells me that the PCIe slots just aren't functioning correctly. Get your tail out of the camera. But that might be because there's nothing plugged into them. I have no idea. But that doesn't affect me right now because I don't have an extra GPU to plug into this thing. So I'm gonna try to force the drivers and see if they work. Alright, I just started the driver forcing thingy bob. I don't know what it's called. But Windows really doesn't like you manually updating your drivers. because I tried to do it and it told me that it already had the best version when I know it's not the best version. It's like 30 versions early or late, I don't know. Now we're forcing it, and hopefully this doesn't just break everything. I can't remember what we were running it before. If I can find it, I think we were running it something like 30. I can't remember though. But I know that we were running a little higher than this. I'll check to see. CPU is way higher though, good lord. Okay, well I spoke way too soon. As soon as we got in the game, GPU shot up to 99%. I don't know what this is. I think this is 720p. It's running at 30-ish FPS. It might be 1080 with the display resolution like halved. I don't know. I'll check, but I'm 90% sure it's 720p. Alright, I just checked the recording and we were at 720p. Now we're changing it to 1080p to see what we're running at. I checked the recording at 720p and we were running at like 25-ish FPS before. At 1080p now we're running at like 14, but this might just be like a bad part of the map. I'll try to get to a different part and see. But we're actually making the fans work now. Before the fans were just like hard stuck off, but now I can actually hear the fan going and it ramped up earlier. Alright, Steam loves forcing itself to be on, so I can't really turn that off, but I turned off Microsoft Edge and now we're running at 45-ish FPS. Sometimes it drops down to 37. Again, I don't know what we're running at before, but this feels better than we were running at before. It might have not been, I don't know, configured to my display. Obviously, we could turn my display down as well and get a lot more performance. Alright, we're still only running at like 45-ish FPS. But obviously, I didn't change anything. I was gonna say I could drop the frame rate, but that wouldn't change much. I don't even know why that came into my mind. Just to drop the frame rate to get more frame rate. But, there's some parts where it runs decent, like better than you would expect it to, and then there's some parts that just run just low. I think it's better just to run it at 720p because you'll still get like, you know, the same amount of FPS that I'm getting right now actually, if you run it at 720p somehow. But other than that, I'm not sure much or what else we can do to this thing to get just every last drop of performance out of it. I really don't know what else we can do to this thing to get more performance. If you guys want to see a video of me like using maybe better GPU on this, let me know. I don't even know what GPU I could put in this that wouldn't be completely overkill for the CPU. If you guys know of any if you guys know of any GPUs to put in this thing that make it better, a little bit better at least, let me know. And I do have a donation link in the bio if you guys want to help me get that GPU. It's not required. It's just, you know, people being generous, and there are benefits to it. Like, once I get it set up, you guys can see my videos early, and also, you know, or see certain videos early. I don't even know what videos I might be putting on there early because it doesn't take me super duper long to edit my videos unless it's a long video like this one. See, and down here you get 60-ish FPS, and then it drops straight down to like 30. And then you also get your name at the end of the video. I'll put some up on screen towards the end of the video sometimes. Not right now though, because there are none. There it goes again. Stop. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Obviously, I know you guys are probably tired of seeing this, but if you guys want to see more of this, let me know. Oh, this button does something. I didn't know that. There's wires connected to this button. You guys can't even see it, but there's a button on this side. Let me scoot it over. There's a button right here that like has wires connected to it. I think it lets the BIOS know that the fan case is open, or the computer case is open, because it like tells me in the BIOS the computer case is open. So, but if you guys want to see, you know, more videos on this, like a GPU video, let me know. And if you guys want to help me you know, like get funds for the GPU video. There's not much else I can do with this computer that I know of right now, other than, you know, freaking doing stuff to it. I really don't know. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in 2 days, because apparently that's my upload schedule. I just decided that now.